Outdoor recreating in Minnesota is big, from the BWCA up north to Split Rock along the North Shore and Moose Lake State Park south of Duluth. There is no shortage of outdoor fun in the Northland.
Yes, definitely not. And the Minnesota DNR has a big undertaking, making sure all those parks stay true to form, but also get updated for the modern hiker and camper. Just last year, the department invested almost $150 million for their Get Out More campaign. Now, Northern News Now's Mitchell Zimmerman joins us live in studio this morning with a special guest to tell us more about that initiative. Good morning, Mitchell.
Good morning, Natalie and Paul. That's right. Now, you may remember last year when Minnesota Governor Walz and Lieutenant Governor Peggy Flanagan announced this funding as part of their One Minnesota budget. Now, there's some actual improvements for Minnesotans that we can see at our state parks. And to tell us more is Sarah Stroman, the commissioner of the Minnesota DNR. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us.
Well, good morning. It's great to be here in Duluth.
We love it up here. Now, kind of tell me, there's a lot with this Get Out More. Now, there's $35 million enhancing access for new users that need to get out to those state parks and want to experience the outdoors. And I know that Split Rock recently got a track chair. So kind of tell us, what are some of the things and why is it so important that there's more access to the parks?
Yeah, well, one of the things that we really recognize is that our state parks and all of our public lands should be for all Minnesotans, regardless of your ability or your past experience. And so we want to make sure they're welcome and accessible to all people, and not just sort of the basic compliance pieces, right, where people can get into the parking lot and get into one building. But we want people to experience all of the unique features that that park has to offer. And so the track chairs are really an important piece to make sure that people can get out, not only those people with the mobility disabilities, but with their friends and families, and experience it together, because that's really what our outdoors in Minnesota are all about.
Absolutely. Getting outdoors for everyone is really important. And I know you mentioned in this plan that there's several campgrounds that need their wastewater and drinking water systems kind of updated. What are some of the campgrounds maybe in our region that may be getting those upgrades?
Yeah, well, we have enough funding to do one wastewater upgrade, and that's going to be at Myrie Big Island in southern Minnesota. And then we're also doing an accessible modern campground pilot. That's going to be at Minneopa State Park near Mankato. Really encourage folks from this area to get there, though. We have a very unique bison herd there. Oh. What I will say is that Split Rock Lighthouse State Park has our newest campground that is fully accessible, and that's sort of the model of a modern campground and accessible campground that we want to spread to other state parks across the state.
That's awesome. Really good to note there. I was just at Split Rock, so I should have checked it out. Now, the last question I kind of have for you is there's $60 million to enhance 360 sites of fish hatcheries and shore fishing as well. Kind of explain to me, where can Minnesotans expect to see those upgrades there?
Yeah, well, Minnesota, the good news is that Minnesotans all over the state will experience the benefit of these upgrades. Our hatcheries are 50 to 70 years old. They're operating on really old technology, so we are excited. Minnesota is a fishing state that we will lead with state-of-the-art facilities. So the two that we're focusing on are our Waterville hatchery, which produces a lot of the walleye that gets stocked, and then Crystal Springs, which produces rainbow trout and splake that get stocked here in the Northland.
Oh, really awesome. Well, all great things, of course, with that budget, and great things that are happening there with the DNR. We appreciate your time. Thanks for coming in this morning. We truly appreciate it. To learn more about the Get Out More initiative from the Minnesota DNR, we'll have that on our website, northernnewsnow.com, but we'll send things back to you there at the desk.